Okay. Let's see what we got. But yeah, it should be a good day today, though. I always like making changes because you come in and whenever you see it work, it's like it gives you that gratification of doing something. All right, let's see. Staff. Gapper this morning. Staff is one of those that I used to not like the trade, but I think it's had a few reverse splits since then, so it might be kind of thinner. Looks like the float here is quite a bit smaller. What's the float here now? Yeah, the float here is 845,000 shares, so pretty tiny float. Now, do I want to watch it today? I do. But it's a little rangy here in pre-market. You're also stuck below its 200 moving average on the daily. So how would I need to watch this today? Price action's not terrible. Obviously, we're waiting for more volume after the bell. I might just have to watch this over 370s. I may just have to watch it over that 370 high. And what that'll do is it'll actually give me that break of the 200. I'll have range to about 440. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'm going to wait for that break of the high up there at 370. Over that, you'll have the range to 440. And really, you've got 440 to 6 on it. You've got plenty of range on staff. Staff is one of those, like I said, I used to not like the trade staff. It was staff, Pixie, Job. All of like the job type stocks, they all just traded like crap back in the past. And so I do want to watch this one today, though, over the highs from pre-market. Just keep it simple on this. Just watch for the break of the highs. And this is on staff, again, watching it over the highs from pre-market. I'm going to notate here over PM highs. I'm not sure what that's going to be going into the open. That could very well change, but right now we're saying 370. I guess I'll put that on here as well. 370, and we've got the range here. Let me know if you guys have audio real quick as well while I'm talking about this. We have the range here, 2, 4, 4, and 2, 5 overhead, 5 and 6. So staff looks good, super small float. If it does break that high today, then it is one that I want to be watching. So over 3 sevens. All right, that is staff. Again, looking for the break of its 200 moving average on the daily and the break of its pre-market highs. SVMH up this morning, 23-cent talk over the 22-cent daily level break. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. You got two options. Watch it off VWAP or watch it over 27 cents. I think, again, I'm more partial to watching that break, though. Just because of how it's trading here in pre-market, I'm also kind of partial to that break. I don't know. I'll have to see out of the open today. I do want to watch it, though. Definitely want to watch it. It's got range to about 30 cents, 30 and 35. But for right now, for planning purposes, let's say to watch it over 21 cents off of dips out of the bell. On SVMH, you can watch it off of 21 cents. For the range here, back to about 26 cents and to 30 cents. So for right now, we're going to say to watch it off the pullbacks, because to the upside, if we do take a breakout, there's not much range. I don't think there's enough range to warrant playing this, and so I don't know that I'll play this that way. But if we do get a nice pullback out of the bell, then I might look at this that way. Not bad. GDC, this is the one that we did so well on yesterday. We actually already made some money on it this morning as well. I do want to watch this today still. Let me see what the big picture here is. What do I really want to see on this today? I mean, ultimately, I like it to hold over the 640s. So like we risked on the first trade earlier, we risked 640, got to move to about 740. And I might just stick to that. I might just watch it out of the open today and just adhere to how we were playing it in pre-market. Either that or we can watch it here over 650s, 650 and 660 off these higher lows in pre. Might be the way to go, is to watch it off the 650. 650 to hold off the higher lows out of the open today. Yeah, let's just say 640 for now. Give it some breathing room. Depending on how it sets up going into the open, then we can adjust that if needed, a little bit tighter, a little bit looser. You know, depending on how this does end up setting up. It's a little bit too far from the open right now. We've still got 20 minutes, so some of this could very well change. But right now we're going to be watching this up 640 again. And the range here is going to be back up into... Let me double check the range before I spit out some numbers here. Got range here to, honestly, you got range to 8. You got range to 820. You got range to 820, then about 940. 820, 940. Kind of some weird levels of range, but 820, 9, and 940. So you do have range over the highs, which is a good thing. It gives incentive over those highs, so we can still watch it off those pullbacks. Not bad. MOBX. And no go. AMS. Ooh, what do we have here? What do we have here on AMS? Take a look at this. I love the stocks in this price range too. I'm not too fond of the ones, you know, you figure the penny stocks under $1. As y'all know, for the longest time, I just didn't trade penny stocks to begin with, right? And so I like the stocks that are in like this $5 to $20 price range. I know this one's $4.60 right now, but I like these stocks in this price range. Like $4 or $5 to $20. It's like the sweet spot. Let's see, do we have any range on this? We're at 463 right now. We're over the previous daily highs up there at 360s. I think we've got, let me take a look at the weekly here. It's hard to see. Yeah, it looks good. This looks real nice. Real good. Take a look at the pullbacks here off the 90 MA, guys. If it holds off the 430s, this thing could make new highs going into the open today. I haven't traded AMS in a long time. I think it's been... It sounds familiar, but I don't recall trading this. It might have a long time ago. Anyways, I do want to watch it today, though, off of the 430s, off the 430s for the range back up through VWAP. That is the best way that I can see to watch this today. If it can hold off the, looks like 433. Let me see what it does here before I put it on the list. It's already retesting. If it breaks, I'm not going to put it on the list. If it breaks, it is not going on my list, so keep that in mind. Looks like it is trying to break to the downside, so I may not include it on the list for the open today. Yeah. Leave it off the list for now, unless it reclaims later. I'm going to put it at the bottom of my screen so I can come back and look at it in a few minutes. But for right now, not going to be on the list, unfortunately. It was a pretty good look, too, and it might reclaim it. If it does, then we can look at it then. Let's see. CISO, no thanks. GHSI. SMFL up again this morning. That's the one yesterday we traded at the open and the thing was just choppy as all get out. AMS getting bought back off the lows. It might make it on the watch list. It very well might make it on the watch list. Keeping an eye on it here. Taking AMS here, a little bit here at 5 or 455. Risking 429. Smaller size for pre-market, but I'm going to see if I can't catch a little scalp here for the move through VWAP. Already have some profits this morning from my GDC trade as well. And again, entry here in the 445s, risking 429. I want to see if I can't get a curl through VWAP. Smaller size entry, of course, it is pre-market. See what it wants to do here off the 430s. Again, if it does hit, make sure you just manage risk, cut it. But per usual, smaller size and pre-market. Was looking for the curl back through VWAP there off the lower highs from the initial move. Let's see, BENF, not a fan. SMFL, still don't like again today. GOVX, I had on the list from last night, but I don't know that I like it any other way, so I'm going to look at it again from the watch list. Right now today, starting the day with a win and a loss. One win on GDC and one loss on AMS. Let's see, nightly watch list. Let me run through the nightly watch list real quick. We've already got 3 setups from our pre-market gappers on here. And most of my setups from today are on the nightly watch list. We want to watch ASTS today again. We want to watch it from the daily breakout, flag breakout over 3909. Over 3909 on ASTS. Range here is going to be to 48 and 44. Really good look. Really, really, really good look. And we want to watch Lunar as well. This is one we played a couple of days ago. Wanted to watch Lunar for the break of the previous day's high over 615. We actually tested that this morning up here in the upper 5. So I do want to watch this over 615, which I think I've already got marked up. Yeah, I do. All right, so Lunar looking good as well. That's going to be over 615 for the range to 750. And keep in mind, all of these are on the watch list. I'm just going through them real quick to get them up on the screen so we're all on the same page. Make sure you do go through that watch list, though, once a night. Usually posted up by 8 o'clock. All right, over 810 on GOVX. I think we were already in the 8s this morning. Yeah, we're already in the 9s this morning on GOVX. I wanted to see dips over the 810, but at this point, I don't know that's going to be possible. I'll still watch it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Range to 1011. GDC already played this morning from last night's watch list. I wanted to watch it today over 450. Obviously, we already got that move today, though. It actually made the move straight from the watch list this morning because we said we were watching it this morning for buyers over 450, look for dips over 420, and it did that this morning. I mean, look, buyers over 450, pulled back over 420, made a move all the way from 4s all the way to the 7s. So made the move already this morning from the watch list. I don't know that we have a way to watch this today. We already have it on the list here to watch it over 640, But it's already cracked below, so I'm probably not going to watch it that way. And I don't know how we are going to watch it today. The only way that I can see is either over 575, or if it reclaims later, we can play it again over 640. But for right now, you know, I guess 575 might be your only way. Very well might be your only way to watch it. BBAI we had on the list. Watch over $1.60 today. That is still holding well. That will be off $1.60. Range to 181.95. And last but not least, we got APDN, which I feel like it's not going to go on the list today. How did it hold in pre? Ooh, kind of gross. Kind of gross. But I wanted to watch it off 197, and it held that this morning. It pulled back to 170 this morning at the open of free market. Already back to 212s. Let me take a look here. Let me take a look. Let's see what we got. I would still watch it today. Just because it reclaimed after the flush at 4. Except I would loosen it. I wouldn't do a 197. I would just stick to a 190, honestly. Look for dips over 190 on APDN. And that's going to give you range back to 240 and 280 on this. Initially, we said 285 and 350, but I'm saying more since we're looking for a lower pullback. You know, you've got more along the lines of 240 and 280. So that's what I'm looking at right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 setups to watch today as of right now. A pretty full watch list, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on things to see what else starts to move. We do have ARE starting to move here as well. And I looked at this one earlier. I didn't see a way that I could have really played it because it's so grindy. There's not really a defined level of risk that I can look for. Unless you just take the little break of structure here out of the... What do you have here? The break of 6. I guess you can maybe make that work over $6. Yeah, give you range here to about 7. It already tested 670 this morning, but you do have range here to ultimately 770. So you've got the range on it. If you want to watch this today, you definitely can. It's AIRE. I mean, AIRI. Can't talk. That's going to be over $6. The range is 770. All right. So let me go through real quick. I want to make sure there's nothing on here that I don't want on here because I like to have a pretty concise list. Otherwise, I'm going to be watching a bit too many things. Okay, staff, I do want to watch. Going through these charts real quick. SVMH, yes, we want to watch. Anything that's not holding structure, I don't want to watch. For right now, let's take GDC off the list and bring it down to the bottom. We might look at it later, but right now it's not looking great. ASTS. Yes, I want to watch today. Lunar. Just real quick. Yep, Lunar I want to watch. Anything that's still holding its ground, I want to watch today. GOVX, I said to watch off 810, but we also said it might not happen because of the move we already made in pre-market off the 810. Because it already made the move to our targets this morning, right? We said to watch it off 810 for the range to 10. Well, it already made that move from 810 to 10 this morning from the watch list. And so I don't know if we'll have a way to play this today. I guess you might be able to play it over 10. We'll see. I do want to watch it today. It's the current theme with the whole monkeypox stuff going around, so I do want to watch it. I'm not going to take it off the list. BBAI. How was price action yesterday? If it was crappy, I'm not going to look at it today. Little barcode yesterday, huh? We bit barcode. Yeah. I'll keep it on the list for now. APDN. Fix this. I got a typo on here. APDN. Let's see what we had here. Yep, still looks good. So I think this is going to be our list for the open today. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So still kind of a long list, but it'll do. It will do. I'm liking the list anywho. All right, so let me get all my charts pulled up real quick. We've got about 4 minutes until the open. We are fully prepared for the bell. Again, keeping in mind that we're going to be sitting back the first 10 minutes today after the open. I want to see what we can do with that. Just because most of our trades that have been like really working have been after the initial chop of the day. Right, so once we get through that little emotional burst at the bell, then we can get out there, hopefully make something happen like we have been lately, like GDC, TTMP. All of the setups like that were all later in the morning, and that's the issue is you catch big setups like that, but then because of the opening chop, you don't really see the fruits of that labor, the fruits of those big setups, right? Because you're really just playing catch up and you're tossing band-aids on, what happened earlier in the morning. And so I want to make sure that we try, and this is what trading really is all about. You've got to figure out what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you can do more of, and what you can do less of to see those better results. It's like any business, right? So you have to increase profitability. The same applies to trading. The same applies to trading. So the only way to increase profitability is by cutting things out that aren't making you money, just like anything else. And right now, that's really the open. I don't know what it is because usually the open is amazing for us, but price action just hasn't been great. So that's kind of the game plan for today. I've got all my charts pulled up. Make sure you do the same. And we've got roughly 3 minutes until the open. Of course, you'll have a few minutes after the bell, too, to get things ready because we're going to be giving things a few minutes to really set up for the day. It's going to take some discipline on some of y'all's part. If you see something gapping at the bell, well, just don't chase it. Don't chase it. Just like always, never chase the open. Never chase the open. Yesterday, I think it was VKCX. We saw a big pop at the bell. I gave it 3 minutes. I took a pullback. No follow through. Ended up knifing down through the lows. Then I took a re-entry and actually ended up flipping nice and green on it. Made some pretty good money on VKTX yesterday, but that's one of those examples where the initial movement at the open is so unpredictable, so many fake outs. By giving it more time to really confirm its trend, it would have completely eliminated the first loss that I took on it, and I would have been, twice as green yesterday because of it. So pretty excited to see how it plays out today. And then, of course, we had SVMH yesterday, too, for a loss at the bell. After that, it was pretty smooth sailing. We had the 2 main losses at the open from VKTX and SVMH. The rest of the day was just smooth. Or not SVMH, it was SMFL, I think. I forget what the ticker was. But anyways, that's kind of what we've been seeing lately, so I'm looking forward to what we can do with those changes today. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. And it's... For right now, we'll call it a temporary change because I do love trading the open, but until the market is a little bit more forgiving at the bell, well, I'm going to cut it out for a little bit. For those of you that are new as well, make sure you do go through the Start Here channels first. Do not trade the first day. I know we had a few of y'all join yesterday. Go through the Start Here categories first. Watch, learn. Don't trade until you're comfortable. Less than a minute. And again, we're going to be sitting back for the first